That's nasty.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Streaming defenses, week 6. It is your boy, Chuck Nasty, to go over a couple of differentiators that you can use to set your team apart on a weekly basis. I do this every week. I drop 3 videos, streaming defenses, waiver wire pickups, and on Thursdays we do the stardom situm for players to play this week and players not to play this week. So just subscribe to the channel if you want to get free advice or tips on how your team can potentially be better than it already is, and we can make some money together. But in addition to this, I have one piece I want to address here. There was a gentleman who came into the comments and told me that I was not providing defenses that are actually streaming options. I don't think that that's the case. If a team is less than 50% owned, a defense, a player, anything along those lines, they are a streamable option because they're available in more than 50% of their leagues. So the 3 that we did last week was the Philadelphia Eagles, who I picked up in 5 leagues, scored 35 points with 6 sacks, 2 interceptions, only 6 points allowed. Was awesome. I hope you listened to me. They were 37% owned on Tuesday, which makes them a streaming defense. Of course, everybody and their mother picked them up by Saturday so that their percentage owned went into the 80s, which you can't look at their percentage owned on Saturday. You have to look while they're available on the wire, just so we're aware and we're on the same page. The other D was the Titans, who were 24% owned on Tuesday. Josh Allen ended up playing, but the Titans only allowed 14 points. They had 4 sacks, 1 interception, and unfortunately they didn't have any defensive scores or fumble recoveries, so they only had 7 points, but that's not bad for a defense each week. If you can get 7 to 10 points on a weekly basis from your defense, I will take that every time. And I'll also take 35 from the Eagles defense in 5 of my leagues. I hope you grab them. The last one that we chose last week was the Carolina Panthers, who were 15% owned on Tuesday, making them available in 85% of the leagues across Yahoo. That means that they're available in 85% of 6-man, 8-man, 10-man, 12-man, 14. A ton of leagues. They're available. That's a streaming defense option for you. Just recapping. So they had a defensive touchdown on the last drive, which kind of bailed out their point scale there, because they did end up allowing 27 points to the Jaguars, which was a little surprising to me. However, they still got a solid 14 points. I will take that all day, every day in standard scoring. But let's go into the streaming defenses for this week. Enough of that. I will give you 3 options every single week that are under 50% owned that you can pick up to help you win your matchup. So, options this week. We are back on the anybody who plays against the Miami Dolphins team. That's the D we want to pick up. Washington Redskins, baby. I don't care that they're bad. This is going to be like the version of the toilet bowl where 2 defeated teams come in and somebody's got to win. They're 6% owned. And Vegas says that the Dolphins are going to score more than 19 points. So I naturally want to add whoever their opponent is, which is the Redskins this week. And if you look at it in the stats a little bit closer, the Redskins defense isn't actually that bad. They're above average in interceptions per game. They've got 1 against Tom Brady in New England. They have 2 against the Giants, 1 against Chicago Bears, and 1 against Dallas. So if anybody's more prone to throw an interception this week, it is going to be whoever is starting at quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Fire up the Washington Redskins. Now, this one isn't exactly a streaming option, but I still like them. I will say that they are not a streamer because they are owned in more than 50% of their leagues, but the Dallas Cowboys, 55% owned. They're available in 45%. Depends on how competitive your league is. If Sam Darnold isn't playing this week for the Jets, this is going to be great because Vegas expects the Jets to score under 18 points. I'm assuming that the projection that Vegas has out there is with Luke Falk at current quarterback. It might change if they announce that Darnold is cleared to play. And if they are, I'm probably not going to start the Cowboys this week anyways. I feel like, obviously Sam Darnold's a much better quarterback than Luke Falk. And I'll take the free points against a third-string QB all day. And then I've got the Broncos on here. My homies, my home and native land, Broncos country, pulled off a W last week. Really excited to see it. Nobody really likes the Chargers anyways, do they? I'm sorry. I'm biased because they are an AFC West rival. However, the Denver Broncos are 30% owned, and their D hasn't been as tenacious as it normally is. But they held the Chargers to 13 points at home, and they've got a significantly easier week this week against the Tennessee Titans. So Vegas, as always, our staple of the Streaming Defenses video, expects the Broncos to give up less than 19 points. That's pretty solid if you're a defense. And the best part is they get Marcus Mariota, whose likelihood of throwing an interception is well above the average. So looking forward to the Broncos-Titans game this week. This is one of the defenses I enjoy. We've got a couple of other guys on here for you to bench. That defense we just talked about, the Philadelphia Eagles that put up 35 points this past week, put them on the bench. They're playing on the road in the Dome in Minnesota this week. Not a good pick. And the other one is the Houston Texans. If you do own the Houston Texans, they have a very rough matchup with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. I don't think anybody in their right mind would like that option. But forward-facing, Week 7, the Bills and the 49ers have matchups against the Dolphins and the Redskins. If you have a spot on your roster where you can afford to pick up an additional defense and have them sit for 1 week, they have prime matchups Week 7 where you will not have to waste a waiver on them, and they will be available to score a ton of points for you. Just a tip. I got your back. I wanted you to know. Like I said, you come here for the tips that are going to help you win your leagues or at least make the playoffs and have a chance at making some money. Hopefully that info helps. Questions, comments, concerns, drop them below. I'll always reply to them. And then make sure you smash that subscribe button for your boy. See if I can hit 200 subs this week. It would be much appreciated. Peace, love, and happiness. Good luck this week. We'll see you on Thursday for the Stardom Sit-em.
Goodbye.
It's not goodbye, son. See you later.